Welcome everybody to the United Drivers League F1 Series Spanish Grand Prix here in Season 4, Round 4. I will be your commentator today, Pecan36, and we are here to bring you the Spanish Grand Prix. Very excited for this one, as we have not been here since Season 1. We have not been here since Season 1, Gonna look over my notes and see who was the last time the winner was. It's been a minute since we've had a race here, yeah, since Season 1. Gonna look at it really quick. I'm pretty sure the winner here... Yeah, it was Pig. Pig actually won this race back in Season 1, and the podiums were to Amsterdam, Demon, and Graco. So, in only his second ever race, Pig end up winning the Spanish Grand Prix. Little fun fact for you guys there. But most of the time, the Spanish Grand Prix, even in real life, is probably one of the most boring races on the calendar. Well, doesn't look like it's going to be a boring one today, as we are getting a rain race, guys. We are getting a full-on rain race. It's raining for qualifying, so that should be fun to watch, as these guys will have to deal with conditions for this race. And not only that, we only have 14 drivers on the grid. We are missing quite a bit of drivers today. We are missing Chris, KD, and of course the three-time UDL F1 champion and the points leader for Season 4. That would be Snapperpig, as we have Dreamzy, who's going a bit on a break, and also Hellmade7 is not here for today's race as well, and Cowboy Cause is missing from today's race. Normally, what we do is we would find a reserve driver to fill those spots, but because of it being a rain race today, we are not going to have any reserves come in, because I don't really want to put a driver, a newish driver out there in the rain in their first race and possibly cause issues. So the grid is staying with only full-time drivers. This is probably the lowest amount of drivers we had since Mexico of Season 2. So here we go. We got the first lap going on. It will be Publix, the former teammate of Snapperpig, currently teammates with Gunbuck. He wrecked out in last week's race, as he will be setting a lap. Now, not only that, this is going to be a thing to watch for, is that these guys are all on their wet setups. So these guys, even though they are in the dry, they are qualifying on a wet setup for this race, because Parc Ferme rules still apply even with a brand new lobby in effect. You have to qualify on the wet setup. Did X Breezy get disqualified? X Breezy's already disqualified? So X Breezy has been disqualified from the session. He will be starting from the back. Not what he would want at all, as he is trying to get a big points day, because he took the win last week by beating out Pig. He is only down to X Breezy by a couple of points, by at least 12 points, and it's going to be huge. I mean, yeah. Going on some issues. There's some latency issues on my screen. Kiwi Bird King just came around to set a 1:15.5. Young Vicho comes around, sets a 1:15. I think that was Kill the Birdman coming across, but I'm assuming his lap was invalidated. Mac's lap is not invalidated. He sets a 1:15.0. That is Karab coming around. He sets a 1:16.0. As Dilsack is coming around, he sets a 1:16.6. Big Rig just came across the line. He sets a 1:14.9, as he just put it on provisional pole, as we already got Drew Yu spinning out. He has spun out in front of the pits. So it looks like Drew Yu and X Breezy will be starting in the back with each other in row 7. But Speed King has come across the line and set a 1:15.6. So 2 drivers will not be able to get their laps down. Still waiting on Birdman to complete a lap, as Publix, his lap is already invalidated. So gonna see what Kill the Birdman can do here. And it looks like the majority of these guys are all going to be going into the pits. Yeah, something's going on. I might have to restart the stream over when qualifying is done, because something definitely seems wrong. So a 1:17.0 is the time that Kill the Birdman has set. Publix coming around, see if he can get a lap on the board. Gonna follow Gunbuck here, but he's currently out there on an out lap, going to get started on his lap. Bossman has not come out of the pits yet. As Drew, you just sent me a video on what just happened. Actually, no, it's a video of his setup. Thank you, Drew. So, pretty much the guys have been warned that you follow Park Ferme rules and send me their setups for what they are going to use in qualifying and the race, and they have to do that. So, they have to make sure that they take a clip of what qualifying setup and race setup they are going to use, to make sure that no one is taking advantage of the brand new lobby. So here comes Publix. This is the guy to watch for. What lap will he pull? He sets a 1:15.6, but right now Big Rig looking really good, as he is right now in the driver's seat for a provisional pull, I believe. If he gets pulled today, I gotta think that would be his 2nd or 3rd career pull. I can't remember if he got pulled somewhere last year. Ooh, as Gunbuck almost gets really loose coming out of the penultimate turn, out of the chicane. Might have an effect on his time, but he does set a pretty good time with a 1:15.2. Good enough for P3. As we have a Haas, as young Vicho letting drivers around. As most of these drivers, Bossman has not come out of the pits yet to set a time. But this should be a very interesting race today, especially with it going to be a full-on wet race. We haven't had a full-on wet race yet in this league. In Season 1 at China, it rained at the start, but stopped raining there with about 6-7 laps to go. And then Season 3 at Great Britain, it was dry at the beginning of the race, and then it started to rain there at the end. So this will be the first time that we are going to get a full wet race. And for those who are tuning in, for those wanting to know why the driver count is so low, we are not letting any reserve drivers drive in today's race, especially with it going to be a wet qualifying. We don't want any reserve drivers making any mistakes, as we do know Chris is in the hospital as well. He's running a fever from what he told me, so we hope you get better and you are doing well there, Chris. I have no idea what's going on with the lobby right now. But man, that's not good for X Breezy, as he was already disqualified from the session. Atronac is out there on an out lap. I believe that's Kiwi Bird King. He will definitely be one of the first ones to set a new lap in. Oh, but he invalidated his time, so it's not going to count. Where's young Vicho in this mix? Is he no invalidations for him? Yeah, there's some lag going on. Ooh, it looked like he almost got a little bit loose there. He does improve on his time. Good job from him. Is that Dilsack coming around? Yes, but Big Rig decides to go into the pits. What does Dilsack set here? He sets a 1:15.8. Speed King currently out there on an out lap. It looked like Karab was on a lap, but it was invalidated, so he's going to go back into the pits. Kill the Birdman currently out there on a lap. Trying to find a driver. Young Bicho did just complete a lap. It looks like Knack was going to be on a lap, but he invalidated his time. So I don't know if he's going to slow down a little bit to try and set another lap. Teeny Hawk is currently out there on an out lap. But we've had some fantastic racing these past couple of weeks. We had a awesome Austrian Grand Prix, and we also had an amazing British Grand Prix as well. So we can only hope that Spain will bring another great race today, as I hope it will. It should be a fun one. Just letting you guys know, next week's race will be the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. So next week we are heading to Baku. We will be heading to the streets of Baku in Azerbaijan. So we are going back to street racing, as that should be a fun one today. That should be a fun one next week. And then after next week, we will be having the Monaco Grand Prix. So next week, Azerbaijan. The week after that, it will be Monaco. So it should be a very fun set of races these next 2 weeks. Looks like Bossman is finally coming out of the pits. Go see T&E Hawk. Can he improve on his time? He is massively down on... Don't know if he's down on his time. What does he set? He sets a 1:15.9. That is good enough to get him up there. As I think both the racing points, yes, both of them are out there on an out lap. So we're going to follow around Publix here, as he is currently out there on a lap. As we can see, there is Karab behind him. But Publix currently on a lap. So let's see. Alright, Publix coming around. What time does he set? He sets a 1:15.4. Gets himself up into P5. I believe that's Big Rig. Currently, I believe that's Gunbuck. He's currently out there on a lap. I accidentally muted myself there. I thought I was going to sneeze, but I didn't. But Gunbuck did improve on his time to get himself up into P2 with a 1:14.95. So Big Rig's still sitting pretty well right now, as I believe that's Young Vicho. Yep. Currently out there on out lap. As Kiwi Bird King. Currently 5/10 up on his time. Wondering if this is a lap. Does he invalidate it? No, he does not. Good time so far from him. What will he do here? As he will take provisional pole with a 1:14.4. So the Racing Points currently have the front row locked out. So could this be a day for the Racing Point team where Kiwi or Big Rig will get their first ever win? As I know this will be the day to do it. And just like I was telling you guys, as we are missing, he does not improve on his time. How about Bossman? But his lap is invalidated, so that lap will not count. I believe that's Gunbuck, but he is down on his time. He's going to go into the pits. But yes, we are missing Pig, KD, Dreamzy, Helmade, Cowboy Kaz, and Chris. As Evan is, as Snapper Pig is currently out there on spring break. Hope you're enjoying that, buddy. And KD, his mom was in a car crash, so he has to go to attend to his mom. So KD, if you're watching the stream, we hope your mom makes a full-on recovery. And then Hellmade, he is still currently out with a shoulder injury, but the good news is that he will be back in time for the Belgian Grand Prix. What does Kill the Birdman do? He does improve on his time, but not good enough to get into the top 10. Go up to the McLaren of Speed King here. What does he set? Speed King sets a 1:15.6. Good enough for P7 right now. Is that Karab? Karab goes into the pits, yes. So, getting close there, folks. We are almost at the end of qualifying. As Dilsack, he's going to go into the pits, but just like I was saying, Snipper Pig is out on spring break. KD is attending to his mother, who is in a car crash today, so we hope his mother gets better. Crisorial Alex currently in the hospital, as he's currently in the hospital for getting into a car crash. Oh wait, no, that was KD's mom. He has a fever, and that's why he's not in today's race. Cowboy Cause had to attend other things, and Dreamsy is currently out on a break, so that's why we have so many drivers missing from today. Go follow, I believe that's King, but I don't think he's currently out there on a lap. I'm sure he's about to come into the pits here. Yeah, he's gonna come into the pits. So here we go, folks. Crunch time is here to improve your lap times. As I see another McLaren going out there. I believe that's Karab. Yes, that is Karab. As King just came out into the pits. So we're going to follow around Gunbuck here. I believe that's T&E Hawk. Also on a lap. So we're going to follow T&E Hawk here, and then Gunbuck right behind him. As the racing points are now starting to get out. I believe that is going to be... That is Big Rig, yeah, who just came out of the pits. So Big Rig just came out of the pits. Wonder if Kiwi... I mean, Kiwi set a really good lap, so he might... I mean, Kiwi might just stay in the pits, so... Let's see, what time will T&E Hawk do here? Alrighty. So let's see what T&E Hawk does. It looks like I don't think he's going to be able to be out of time. So he might have to do like a whole nother lap. Gunbuck. Oh, but his lap was invalidated. Let's go to Atronac here. There's a tire on the backstretch there. Looks like Knack is up on his time. Will he be the final one to get the checkered flag? But he does improve on his time. He gets himself up into P2 with a 1:14.8. Big Rig just started his lap, so there might be a delay in the timing screens. As Dilsack is getting started on his lap. I believe that's young Vicho coming around. He does improve on his time, but not enough to improve his spot. Publix is coming around. Will he get the checkered flag? No, but he does improve on his time. And there we go, folks. That is it. That is it for quali. So, the drivers that are going to finish, let's see. Can Karab improve on his time? It showed me he went off track. Will Karab improve on his time? Is he there? He does improve on his time, but not enough to improve on the spot. Kiwi Bird King didn't make it in time, but he's not really in jeopardy of losing that spot. Oh, and it looks like Gunbuck ran out of fuel right at the line. That's what that looks like. So, Big Rig, can he get himself back onto the front row with a all racing point? Ooh, as he gets loose coming out of the final turn. Big Rig got loose. So Big Rig got loose coming out of the final turn, as he will not be able to improve on his time. But guys, as it looks, Kiwi is going to take pole. I think this is the second time this year that he will take pole. So Kiwi Bird King has taken pole. I want to go back and look if this is his first ever pole or not. I believe it's not, though. I believe he did get pole at Australia. Yeah, so this will be his second pole this year of the United Drivers League. So good job for Kiwi there as he is taking pole here at the Spanish Grand Prix. So good job there from the Racing Point. Thank you, Cowboy, as he should be back next week. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Alrighty, so Kiwi on pole with Knack in second, Big Rig in third, Gunbucked in fourth, Vicho in fifth, Publix in sixth, Karab in seventh, Speed King in eighth, Dill second, 9, Teeny Hawk in 10th, Birdman in 11th, Drew U in 12th, Bossman in 13th, and X Breezy in P14. Alrighty, so here we go. So we are going to get the new lobby made. Alrighty. So give me just a second, guys. Alrighty. So. Apparently we got an issue going on here. Alrighty, let's get this made. %. Bear with me for the invites here, folks. Turning that off. Custom grid. Yes, we are getting a full wet race for the first time here in the United Drivers League, and it's going to be at Spain. Out of all tracks, this should be quite a race today. Actually, let me restart the stream. Let me restart the stream because there's some issues going on. So give me just a minute, fellas. I'm going to restart the stream just because of the lag that I was seeing in the last one. So give me just a minute, guys. I will upload the new stream in just a second. So in a minute, a new stream will be up. So I'm going to make sure my internet is working.